hold down control, your mouse disappears. What a random feature. I assume it's a feature anyway. Oh yeah, I remember this was really long last time, wasn't it? Long enough for me to get like a good few sentences into the outro before I actually moved on. I remember now, I had forgotten. Yes, we are here in the second chapter.
We have an irregularity. The researcher we planted has been discovered by the Illuminados.
You must be talking about that vagrant Spaniard. So where is he now?
He's held captive in an abandoned house located northeast of the village. Until he recovers the sample, we can't let him die.
You don't need to remind me. Luis Serra. And I thought I was high maintenance.
His name's Luis. His name is Luis. I've been calling him Lewis this entire time. Sorry, mate. Right then. First question of the day, as is so often the question of the day, how is the frame rate? The frame rate seems vaguely acceptable. Right, we are here in the boudoir. Oh, hello, friend. Oh, you and me in the boudoir together. Didn't see that one coming. Right, never mind. Moving swiftly on. Can I catapult myself out of this window and out of this awkward situation? Possibly and probably not. Right then, never mind. An egg, yes. Why would you keep an egg in a jewellery box? Never mind. I've got many questions at the moment, mate. Most of them revolve around you and whether you took your boots off or not. And looking at the state of the duvet, you probably didn't. Right then, never mind. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a little bit more of the old Resident Evil. Advantage of the egg, of course, is that we can throw it at someone this time. And I can actually equip it with my absolutely unparalleled action pose. And we can have a go at hitting someone in the face with that, which should be quite fun. Also, random point that I'm confused about. Yes, I know we will actually get up to the game in a minute. I'm just going to gripe about stuff in a minute. How come in this pose she doesn't have those sort of tassels coming off? Because here she's got these like black strips of material, and then there it's not there. I'm very confused. What is it about carrying an egg in one's hand and looking cool that means you can't have thingamajigs hanging off the back of your neck? I'm most befuddled. I don't know which way we're going, but I suppose we ought to see whether you have anything for sale, friend.
Welcome. Got a selection of good things on
you have
sale.
something new
What
to
are you
sell?
buying?
The Mission 2 treasure map, larger case, and nothing else of any real importance apart from the rifle, which I can't
What are
afford.
you selling?
Does I have anything to sell? It has a few gems, worth about 9 grand. I might keep them just for now, because I don't really need to sell them. I don't really need a lot of money right now, and it would be cool at some point to actually find the thing that they go into and stick them all together, which would be fun on a Christmas bun. I don't remember this being a walking animation before. I feel like before your walking animation was a little bit more poised for combat. What is that? I don't remember any hanging skulls. As I said last time, it was a long time ago that we were playing the beginning of this game, but I don't remember any hanging skulls. What a disturbing signpost. Really? I can think of a few adjectives that describe that a little bit better. Demonic, gut-wrenching, forest-essent. Many, many indeed. Right, never mind. Hopefully everything's working alright at the moment. Hopefully the audio levels are alright. It's the problem with these long-running series. You move locations so much that you kind of have to change things up every time. Oh, I actually thought we were going the other way, given that my objective seems to be the other way, but I guess we'll go this way as well. I could probably climb down through here, but I have to take care of Mr. Cool first. I didn't realise that you'd actually met, goodness, I've already forgotten his name. Louise, was that it? I can't remember, and I apologise for always getting it wrong. Anyway, something I wanted to say last week and totally forgot to say, because I was trying to take in all of this, new separate ways stuff. That man with the sunglasses on the telephone that talks to Ada. Am I the only one that thinks he looks a lot like Rick Astley? I've just realised I've never actually heard that man's hello, madam. I've just realised I've never heard that man's surname pronounced before, so it might not be pronounced Astley. It might be pronounced differently and not contain the word ass in it. If that's the case, I apologise to the man and to everyone else. But, you know, mispronunciations have kind of been synonymous with the channel for as long as my fat ugly face has been. Right, never mind. I remember... Hello, friend. I remember this building with Leon. In fact, I remember being just outside and finding a man with a chainsaw who was rather difficult to kill because I had no bullets at the time. But hopefully it'll be a little bit more successful this time if I remember to reload. So you got out of the way of my flying heels. I do not think that is at all acceptable. Never mind. Just checking something. Right, let's have a little bit of money. I think that's the smallest denomination of money I've ever seen in this place. And a grenade, that will come in most handy if there was another chainsaw man outside. I do find it a bit odd, though, that if Ada went through all this place before Leon did killing everyone, then why were there people there for Leon to kill? I'm most like people like you, for example. Right. Here is a very, very dangerous man, holding a very, very dangerous piece of equipment. What do you think I should assault him with? A pistol, a shotgun, a grenade, common sense? Nope. I'm going to assault him with an egg that has no reticule. He didn't even frickin' flinch. And I don't have any, shells saved up in this. By saved up, I mean in the, magazine. But, never mind. Right, let's deal with Chainsaw Chap first. And then realise that somebody's throwing something by the sound of it. Hello, friend. Goodbye, friend. I love that nobody's dying to anything that I'm doing. Can I buy myself a second to rest with this, please? Not from the man that was stunned, but from the chainsaw man. Let's have that off as well, and then we'll try and pick this up from the pistol because he's still alive. No, he's not. That's marvellous. I reckon, however, that Chainsaw Chap is still alive. Hi, Chainsaw Chap. Giddy aunt. Hello, pitchfork person. Giddy aunt. Right. If pitchfork person and Chainsaw Chap could pack it in for a split second, that'd be lovely. I've forgotten all the buttons. It hasn't been a long time. It's been no longer than normal, but it's a kitty aunt. I'm just a bit nervous. All right, I'm not used to all this. Right. Now, if Knifey Nelly would just like to screw off for a minute, that'd be lovely. That isn't gonna save you, mate. There we go. Right, is that the end of him? No, of course not. There we are. That's better. The ruby. That's kind of cool. We'll go with my very snazzy dress. Right, oh, there were bullets here that I needed earlier and I didn't see. I didn't see because I was slightly too transfixed on the old making an omelette on a murderer's mouth. But, never mind. Never mind, we got through it, and that's what matters. I have a hell of a lot of bullets. I really do need to buy the TMP, though. I feel like I need that. Which is odd, because when I initially bought it the first time in the first game, I genuinely didn't think it was going to be a very useful weapon, but it's actually pretty good for getting yourself out of a little bit of a pickle. Hello, people that have put me in another pickle. Kindly get away from me. Giddy aunt, put that pitchfork down, and whatever the hell that thing you're throwing is. Right. I am going to be big and brave and hide. And realise I can't see the reticule properly from here. There we are. This might work a bit better. They can come up to the door, and then I can kick them straight back out again. Who knew that Ada moonlighted as a bouncer? The door frame protects me from any flying things. Except you, because you didn't fly out the door like you're supposed to. thank you. That's much better. This actually works a lot better than I thought it did. I just did this for like the cowardly comedy, but turns out it's actually competent as well, which is rare. Right. Okay. I thought my luck was about to run out then, but no, somehow it's still holding strong. Yay, and some herbs. Lovely stuff. No yellow ones, which is what I'd like most of all. I do feel very vulnerable with my health so low again. That's the thing about replaying a game. Obviously, we're not exactly replaying this, but that's all I've got. Goodness. That's the thing with replaying games like this. You start them again because you think, oh, I really enjoyed that, I want to play it again, but then you realise that you've had like all of your upgrades and your special new guns and all of that kind of cool stuff taken away from you, which means you suddenly feel very vulnerable, and all of your normal tactics that you would use fighting people don't work because you don't have any of the stuff you need. But never mind. Such is the dynamics of replaying video games. Now, should I just run through here? And, that is one derpy looking chicken. Should I just run through here and get to the other side quickly, and thus not expend any ammunition on killing people? Or should I hang about a little bit and try to collect a bit of ammunition if there's anything here? Because I might get some stuff out of killing those kids, but, I'm not convinced it will more than make up for the amount I'm going to have to expend actually killing them in the first place. They don't seem... Well, I was going to say they don't seem massively cross about my presence, but, kids aren't. Knifey Nellie's twin sister has arrived. Never mind, Knifey Nellie. I think we're just going to move on swiftly and briefly. Okay, there's a safety thing in that little red-roofed shed over there. More vicious, violent people. Something up there of interest. Might just quietly slip in here. Again, this is one of those very rare typewriters that are not in a safe place, but are in a dangerous place. Right then. That's mission 2. Right then, let's see about doing a wee bit of murder. Not to these lovely moo cows, but instead to their not quite so lovely owners. We're looking... Goodness. That's the first time I've seen anyone die in one shot in a long time. At least as Ada, anyway. A lot of people throwing things at the moment. I'm going to switch to this for a moment, just because I want to kind of clump them all together. Not coming in through the window. I mean, yes, they are. They are sneaky people, but also quite dead people. But such is the lovely aspect of shotguns. No, I don't know what I'm prattling on about either, frankly. I've just realised that guy's got glasses on, which is kind of cool. I've never seen any of these people wear glasses before. That's cool. The fact that you lot are made of tungsten carbide is a wee bit less on the old cool scale. Would you just die? No, not if you would. Right. Let's reload this. I've just had it with a lot of you, frankly. I know I probably should be using the pistol more than I am, but it's just the weakness of the pistol, and the fact that I can't upgrade it either. It's just such a pain in the neck. I mean, it's got high ammo capacity, which is lovely, but at the end of the day, reloading slightly less occasionally is much less preferable to just putting a bit more damage into their face. I guess I got so spoiled by the, what was it called? The broken butterfly? Got so spoiled by that magnum that I'm used to being able to kill anything very, very easily. But never mind. Okay. At least this place isn't full of bear traps, which is how it was the last time I came here, if I recall correctly. Okay. Let's... No, you can't go up the back of these? Batman can do that, but you can't. It probably is true of many things, to be quite frank. But, never mind. Okay, it's giving me rifle bullets, which means it's expecting me to have the rifle by now, which is interesting, given that it hasn't given me nearly enough money to get the rifle yet. Now, there is something over there. I'm not quite sure how to get it, though, unless there's another ladder inside of this barn that I can Oh, I keep forgetting you can do this with your grapple gun. I keep forgetting that's a thing that you're good at. Right. There's another thing there. I probably have to shoot that one down, though. I want to see if I can figure out what it is first, though. Check. Stench is overpowering. Yeah, indeed. And it's gonna... this thing's really gonna stink by the time I get my hands on it, but... What? I'm not touching anything that filthy. You are kidding me. I wasted a bullet on this for the grand total of squeamishness. I'll see if there's a ladle somewhere and we can borrow that and fish it out. Man alive. Hello, moo cows. Right. Never mind the cows. Is there anything else here that we could take? Any more treasure? Or bullets? Or people that would like to have those bullets implanted into their faces? It seems not. I'm guessing that is the way I'm going to go. Hello, sir. Hello, well-hatted gentleman. You do not seem to have minded very much that I murdered most of your brethren, but that's all right, because I'm not going to murder you. Giddy aunt. I am, however, going to jump over this little bit of fence. Can I get in here? Push, push. Yeah, I think you're pushing it from the wrong direction, madam. I think we need to push it from the other way. I am curious to know what benefit one gets from that. No, that's just what we were looking at earlier. Oh, I can't actually get in there. Unless I can, if I go up here, maybe I can jump out on the left side of the building, perhaps. These controls would cooperate with me a little more. Right, let's jump out here and not fall into any more bear traps. Now, where is that window? I think it's directly underneath me, isn't it? I'll, like, drop down here, ideally. No, I'm not convinced. No? Yes, thank you. There we are. We got there in the end. Makes me think you're some kind of acrobatic expert. Right. Yeah, here we are. Okay, so you can push this to make your way back. Ah, cool. Okay, that's nice. Right. The fact that there's no more bear traps around is even nicer, frankly. Okie dokie then. Right, where are we now and where are we going? We are going over there to find our good friend, Mr. Sarah. Somebody told me that the auto-generated subtitles for this series have been have been spelling his name as Sarah with an H, like a woman's first name, rather than without it, as is the Spanish surname spelt, which I found vaguely entertaining. Right, what I find less entertaining is that, if I remember correctly, all of you people have dynamite. Yep, including you. Hi, friend. I'm gonna pop your block off. Well, that didn't really work, but yeah, this is not going to be a fun time. Can I put the other shell in here, please? Yes, thank you. Okie dokie then. Yeah, I really wish I had the rifle at this stage. Do I have enough money for the rifle yet? No, I still need like another 8 grand before I can afford the rifle. Right, you'd like to throw that. I should get a little closer to you if you don't mind, and then get a lot further away from you if you also don't mind. Giddy on, I hate dynamite. I absolutely hate it with a freaking passion. No, just cut it out with the frickin' dynamite. If you must use dynamite, at least kill each other with it. Yeah, like that. And not me! Just not me. You can kill everyone with dynamite except me, and I will be a very happy bunny. Giddy aunt. Where is this last dynamite man? There's a guy with a pitchfork back here. Evening, sir. You've got an axe. I don't much care about an axe. Unless it's being implanted into my face, in which case I very much care. I reckon he's probably inside, otherwise I must have seen him by now. So let's wait for this man to come around the corner. And then we deal with him. And suddenly there's another pitchfork chap. These things breed like flies. It's odd given the gender imbalance in their society. But never mind. Thank you. You got into the way of the tree, which was the thing stopping me from killing you. My memory problems when it comes to reloading were also stopping me from killing you, but we'll leave that to one blissful side for a moment. Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say they're in there. Right, this is going to be fun with no healing items. Could someone drop a piece of dynamite here, please? And then it murders you all. That'd be quite nice. Yep. Well, why didn't it go off? Oh, because you haven't thrown it yet. That's cheating! That's not fair! Could someone just drop the thank you? Thank you. I appreciate your quite literal sacrifice. Man alive. There's going to be a lot of frickin' healing items in here. I don't care. I'm not going near that thing until I hear it explode. Would you just stop it? Come on, let's get this over. If you're behind me... Where the hell is he? You're getting me paranoia at this rate. Just... Let's just be grateful that it's over. I said, let's just be grateful that it's over. That's better. It seems even with the benefit of experience, I still suck at this.
Rapido!
Oh, interesting. So they were carrying Leon and Mr. Waistcoat. They were carrying them both outside. That's interesting. That means that Ada has actually ended up slightly behind Leon. Because Leon went through here and into that building. And then he got knocked out. I forget how exactly. And then that's what caused him to lose that cool jacket that I miss very much. So, hello. I think what I need to do is make better use of the kicking. And a bit less use of the old hugging. There we are. That's what I want. Much better. Yeah, so presumably what we've just witnessed is the intermediary of the being knocked out and the waking up. Yes, because that sentence worked, didn't it? Right, let's just have another resave. There we go. And we'll see what we've got in here. Not a lot, I'd imagine, given that the two people that we were interested in this place have since been carried out. You'd think we'd have just gone after them, frankly, but never mind. I wanted to come here and loot the place first. Very, not very rain resistant, this building, is it? Probably explains why everyone's so grubby. Well, actually, that wouldn't explain it, because they mean to be getting, like, free showers every time it rains. I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with a reason as to why these people are all so grubby, especially in this region. I've heard of a death dance before, but you're taking the mickey, kid. Right. Is that everything in here? I reckon so, because I don't think I can open that. So is that everything that there is to be had in here? Seems to be, yes. So where am I going then? Where am I headed? Go back the way I came, but that doesn't seem to have achieved much. Presumably, I'm heading up this corridor here, perhaps? Is there like a secret passageway somewhere? Along here? Or can I like go out and like over the top of the building or something? Yeah, this is where that passageway would connect, but it must be on a different level. Underground, perhaps. Maybe there's like a basement or a cellar I can get into that will give me access to a tunnel. Something like that seems even vaguely possible. Let there be no more dynamite, people, please. Thank you. But yes, anyway, to get back to what I was talking about before, what confuses me is that now Ada's behind Leon, in terms of like where he is on the map, which means Leon just came through here and killed all of these dynamite people, and then they're all back to life again. I mean, I get why from a game design perspective, because of course, you know, otherwise it would mean spiders. I hate spiders. I absolutely detest them. Particularly when they're that fucking huge. I'm going to hope that they're not like the snakes and they're not actually dangerous. But I'm not going to take any chances, and I'm going to get the hell out of here before they have an opportunity to prove me wrong. No, there's no other way I can access that. And you think it'd be like a green thing, like one of these, to say it was a type of door. If I was meant to go that way. So maybe I am meant to go back. Maybe I'll go back and a cutscene will go off or something. Give me a bit of a clue as to where I'm supposed to go next, because I'm a little befuddled. Presumably I've got to track down Leon again, but yeah, this seems like this is the right way to go, and also the wrong way to go, because he is holding a piece of dynamite. But alright. I must get my shoes very muddy by the end of this. Right, hello, sir. You can scream and cry and wail all you want, mate. I don't care. I'm going to kill you, and then you are going to kill your friend. Very nice indeed. Okay, at least I've managed to collect up a few more bullets for this. Mind you, there's only a couple of magazines worth. I'm sorry, what? Get. I'm sorry that I died there. I was a little confused by how they all fell out of the sky and just suddenly appeared in the road, as if they'd just, you know, come down in the last rain shower. Does somebody want to explain to me precisely how that works? Okay, was there actually anything here that I collected, other than that man I killed? Was there actually anything here of consequence? And again, I can push this from the front, but that isn't really going to achieve the grand total of very much. There is a grenade. A grenade I have no memory of being there before, but he died in one shot this time, so it's alright. Is he going to drop anything? No, of course not, because he's just that much of a gentleman. Alright then, let's go back and have another go at that, and this time I'll use the grenade probably to begin, and then go for the shotgun to finish them off. I'm just confused. Like, they meant to drop down like that? Are they meant to have been, like, hiding in the tree or something? And then they sort of jump out of the tree to assault me? Or were they just meant to be standing there, like these gentlemen are, and they just spawned in a bit of a squiffy manner? I do not know, but we will be able to test it at least and see what they look like the second time around. Great. As if there weren't enough things going wrong with me, and the lights are dying on me. Great, I need that light. I've got nothing to replace it with. Right, I apologise if the lights are all flickering at the moment. No, you're all just falling out again. Right, let's all just set fire to you. Set fire to each and every one of you. Probably start a forest fire in the process, but it's alright. I'll live with the consequences. Is that all of them? Yes. Seriously, what is going on with this light? Do you mind? Excuse me a moment, I'm going to do a really sensible thing and wiggle a light while it's turned on. Well, I haven't fixed it, but I've stopped it from flickering by totally killing half the light. Excellent. I shall have my mechanical engineering degree in no time. Gideon. Not even getting the opportunity to speak before somebody grunts at me and then throws something at me, and then another dynamite man appears because apparently this afternoon just couldn't get any more ridiculous. Gideon. I tell you the thing I love about recording this game is that you never quite know what's going to happen, and something weird always does. Right then, am I maybe meant to go through down here maybe? Like through this pathway, and then down here? Because there is another merchant and save spot there, and if I was just meant to come down here and go across there up to there, then, big flashing Christmas bauble. Destination. Maybe look for that fin instead of guessing like some kind of cretin. Okay, apparently I'm going straight back to the beginning. I have decided that Lewis and Leon are total dingbats, and they've both ended up being totally screwed, and I'm totally giving up on them. Huzzah and hooray! And here's the thing I didn't see was here before. I shall have that. Is this a box I can hide in? No, but it is a box I could have put Ashley in, even though I hadn't met her by this point. At least I don't think he can. Right! Evening, folks. You don't have dynamite, and that instantly makes you preferable to everyone else I've met in the last 25 minutes. Really need to get better with this reloading before I get into a fight situation. Stop dancing and let me shoot your hat off. Right, that's better. I wish they wouldn't get quite so mouthy, you know, and I don't mean that in a verbal way, I mean that in a literal way, and that they keep trying to bite my face. Going to assault me, that's one thing, at least you don't do it with your big smelly tongue. That's where Leon's jacket went! Can I take it as a souvenir? That sounds like fun. I don't really have anything that's going to be able to deal with you guys unless I kind of clump you all up. Let's try. Yeah, let's try and get them all together a little bit. Get them all together in like a little happy, friendly, fun family thing that doesn't involve any of that. And then we can just shotgun them all to bits. There we go. Line up, nice little queue. There we go. I mean, none of them are dying, but you know, it's keeping me alive. There we go. If you just get a little bit closer, there we are, you wouldn't keep taking the edge of the shot. You might actually frickin' die. Right, there we are. Thank you. Much better. Okay then. Now to go off and find Leon's jacket. I don't know why I'm so enthused by the jacket. Probably because I'm a man obsessed with the way he dresses. But, you know. Right. Look, gentlemen. Seriously. I just want the jacket. Alright? It's not Boxing Day sales. It's just a jacket. Alright? Me and this shotgun are going to make sure I get it. Okay, I'm also going to use the pistol because I want to get this guy with headshots so that I don't put any holes in the jacket. I think I'm taking this thing a little too far. But honestly, who cares? Can I have your jacket now? It looks like Leon's jacket. Why is he wearing it? Because it looks good. You mean I can't take it? I mean, it would be a bit weird for Ada to do that, but you know, going off and murdering a bunch of people while dressed like this isn't in the slightest bit weird. But you know, if the apocalypse ever came, you know I'd approach it in a tuxedo, so I suppose, me and Ada must have similar thinking patterns. It's a very strange choice. I was going to say brain matter at first, and then I just sounds even stranger. I tried to correct it, it didn't really work. Okay then, the door won't budge. It feels as though someone is pushing against it from the other side. Well, then how am I supposed to approach my destination? Oh, because this isn't This isn't the pathway I took last time because I'm being stupid. No surprises there. Right. Oh, there's another cow. I don't recognise the, I don't recognise the cow. I feel like it's not one of the cows that I regularly speak to on a day-to-day basis. I don't remember the cow being there before, which is, a bit weird. I did not enter the room that competently when I came in. Okay, so if I remember correctly, that man in the big trench coat, he was like the man in charge of the village, if I remember correctly. The mayor, perhaps. And I remember meeting him just after we left the room.
Nuestro jefe es secular. Dice la plaga es mucho mejor que la nuestra.
Tienes razón, es un hombre. You carry the same blood as us, it seems. Nevertheless, you're an outsider. Just remember, if you become unpleasant to our eyes, you'll face severe consequences.
What? Same blood.
I don't remember this happening last time. Oh, come on, we fought like twice as many as that 5 minutes ago with the shotgun. Goodness, I didn't think anything could catch her off guard. One of them's got a gun. How competent. I'm getting sacrifice vibes off this. Oh dear. We all knew it was going to happen. But, you know, it's nice to have it confirmed, isn't it? Right. News flash, fills a ding bang, totally forgot about the quick time events. Right. Let's put my hands over both of the possible options so that I'm ready for either. Let's see if we can not suck this time. There we go. I should have realised because the graphics got slightly better, and like the graphics for these sort of in-game bits, as it were, you know, where like stuff can actually happen, is sort of slightly higher res than the Great, there's someone behind me that's gonna totally screw my plans. If you know what I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I can't articulate myself at the moment, but you know what I mean. Idiot. Speaking of mean, it was very mean of you people to be this way. Be all goopy and gangly. And any other disgusting adjectives I can think of to describe these people. Right, well that at least explains this little area that we saw as Leon, but we never quite knew what was going on here. Right. It was interesting when we saw Ada on the roof as Leon was meeting the village chief person, because it was interesting to see how she's actually always, or at least often, a lot closer than I ever realised she was, which is interesting. But I am still confused about that bit where Leon went back into that room where we started the episode in, and then the chieftain man sort of stood in his chest, because I have no memory of that happening before. But maybe it did. Maybe it did, and I'm just a bit dumb. Seems quite probable. Now, if I remember correctly, this was like a ski lift thing, wasn't it? Which was very dangerous and deadly going down it, which I don't much want to get involved in. So I'm not actually going to head back that way. Sorry to all the completionists out there. But that's not going to happen. What is going to happen, however, is I'm going to pick up this iron key.
Welcome.
Right, could you please sell me a gun?
What are you buying?
Yes, I can finally buy the rifle.
Straight?
About frickin' time. Interestingly, it's fully upgraded, which is curious. Are all the guns that I can buy fully upgraded?
Thank you.
Okay, it's not fully upgraded, it's pretty upgraded. It's only like 15 points of damage, that would do 1.2. Yeah, so a lot of them are very highly upgraded.
What are you
Interesting.
selling?
Presumably that's there to offset the fact that you can't sell anything. You can't upgrade anything even.
Is that
And that I can't say anything
Thank
because I'm a
you.
twit.
Is that
Right, sell that as well.
Thank you.
I'm setting
Is that
something.
all?
Yeah, I'll sell that as well.
Thank you. Is
Sell
that-
that. Yes, because then that
What are
gives
you
me enough
buying?
money to get the
Is
TMP
that
as
all?
well. Which means I will be thoroughly kitted out and ready to do a wee bit of murdering. Right.
Thank you. Come back any time.
I shall, but probably not for a long time, for I have no monies left. Yay! I've been after one of these forever. Right, there we are. Let me just move these things over here so that it doesn't look quite so messy. There we are, much better. Okay. So at least now I can start to use up all the various different ammunition types rather than being restricted quite so much. And I can do a bit of sniping a bit more effectively than I could before. Okay then. I really don't want to go that way. I really don't want to go that way because I've got no healing items. And I do not believe that the game developers would be kind enough to let me go across there without there being at least a few people that were going to try and murder me for it. So, let me just check my destination once more. We're going back that way. Okay. So I've got the key that I need to get through here. Again, so this is where Leon finds the merchant, but for some reason Ada always finds him in different spots, never without those blue torch flame thingamajigs. Odd. I wonder if there's any significance in that. Possibly not. One thing about the merchant I'm very interested to find out is can you shoot him? And if so, what happens when you shoot him? I don't know, but I feel like it's either going to be a very interesting event or an immensely boring event. And I think we might save that little experiment for the very end of the game. Okay, so this is the barn where we fought the village chief man. Now, at least I know that I don't have to kill the village chief man, because Leon has that little job. But I might have to fight him at least a bit. Brawl with him somewhat. Which will be interesting, because this is my destination. Well, so far there's nothing that wants to kill me. At this point, I might as well just sew my face shut, because every time I open it, I just seem to have loads of rubbish fall out of it. So just stand up, let me give you a few more reasons to bandage up that ugly mug of yours. die and also tell me there's no one sneaking up behind me that's going to murder me? No, there was somebody sneaking up in front of me to murder me. Sir, would you kindly just stop it? You're infected, aren't you? I can just sense it. I can sense it in my sensibilities. We use a bit of this. Because why not? She was millimeters from death, and if I'd like one bullet into her mind, but not. Lift activation key. Oh, what you mean for the ski lift? Oh, so I do need to go back that way. Okay, interesting. Curious. I do find myself wondering whether there are going to be actually any, like, proper boss fights in this. Because obviously all of the main enemies that we know, like Salazar and the village chief man and Sadler and all the rest of them, of course those are boss fights that have to be kept reserved for Leon because they happen in the main campaign. So I'm wondering whether they might at some point introduce... Oh, gosh. I'm wondering if they might at some point introduce, like, a new person? A new bad person that, that can be a boss fight for Ada. Because otherwise we're just going to be fighting sort of these chainsaw people all the time. I'm racking my brains to think whether there was anyone we didn't fight. The best bet I can give you is one of Salazar's 2 bodyguards. Because we fought the first one, we had to use all that sort of liquid nitrogen to make him fragile, and then we killed him. Well, we didn't kill him actually, because there's an achievement for killing him, and I didn't kill him because I didn't use all of the barrels, because I missed one, as I later noticed in editing, which was extremely embarrassing. Extremely embarrassing and frustrating, but never mind. So I don't have a distinct memory of fighting the other one of those, because there was a second one, and I have no memory of fighting it. So maybe that can be one of the people that Ada has to fight. I do not know. It's interesting now, because I've got more knowledge of the story, and I'm trying to sort of figure out how everything's going to work as we go through it, which is curious. Right, it's a very interesting sort of contrasted experience to how it was the when we were playing as Lieu, playing the first one, or the main game, which is good. I'm glad that this is sort of sufficiently different enough. Of course, it has the disadvantage that we're going through the same environments and fighting the same basic enemy types. But it's added some interesting. Right then, could you drop something, please? Yes, you could drop something that I actually wanted as well, which is very kind of you. Alright then. So presumably that key will activate this lift, which might take us back towards the castle, which presumably is my sort of wider destination. There is no reason to board the lift. It is not going anywhere. Oh. I've got to turn the thing on first. Shock horror, before you can get on and get off, you've actually got to turn things on. I'll make a note of that for future reference. Needs a key. Yes, good thing I've got one. Dragged it out of the cleavage of some bloody-faced chainsaw enthusiast. Not a phrase I thought I was going to say today. But hey-ho, here we are. Right, if you'd like to jump out of that, please, thank you. Then we can see about having another shootery bit. Oh, okay. That was pleasantly pacifistic, and I appreciate it. There's a barrel over there which may have some treasure in it. Let's see. Yep, not treasure I really want now, but treasure that I can deal with. Although, to be honest, I probably should be collecting up some money, because I really need to expand the briefcase at some point. Or the attaché case, to give it its more appropriate name. So, I should probably save a bit of money for that at some point. Okie dokie then. So we've got a merchant and a save point, and all 3 of these doors are locked. Where's my destination? My destination is over there, so presumably I'm trying to get through this door. That one, maybe, perhaps, possibly not. What? What's this? Why are there numbers written on these bags? Presumably in the people's own blood. It's like 084 is written on many of the bags. A bit mysterious, if I do say so myself. Right, a few more bullets, very welcome. Let's go inside, and actually no, let's just speak to the merchant first, just because I want to see the price of the new box, and whether I have enough pennies to afford it. Hello, you have glowing eyes again.
Welcome.
That still confuses me.
Got a selection of
Yeah.
what are you buying?
How much is it? It's only
Is that
24.
all?
I shall have it,
Thank
please.
you.
Thank you. I have no monies left. But
Come
it's
back
alright.
anytime.
Okay then, let's quickly pop inside this building and then realise that we are approaching end of the episode, which is a little tricky because I'm not convinced we're actually approaching the end of a mission or a chapter. But never mind. Let's see what we find wherever the hell it is we're going. So how am I going to get through here? I'm not. I'm gonna go over it. That's cool. What's less cool is that if I remember correctly, we're not far away from a place where we had to fight an El Gigante once. In fact, I think we're about next door to where we had to fight an El Gigante once. Possibly the first one that we ever did. So, I guess I'm going up here. Yes. Well, this would be a good place to hide from vicious people. There's another couple of barrels over there. I wonder whether I can jump up there as well. It's tricky to know exactly where and when you can do these hook shots. It's not exactly like Batman Arkham City, where there's constantly a little grapple icon up above you to always tell you there's somewhere you can go. Right. A few more bullets. I feel like you're stocking me up to fight something. I feel like I know exactly how big and smelly the thing he wants me to fight was. You know, I never thought about it when we were actually fighting him the first time, because it was just a crazy monster design. But what's the actual origins of the El Gigante? Like, where did it come from? Is it because of the plague? Or the parasite, however you want to term it? Was it because of the parasite? Did that somehow cause it to grow to be really big? Maybe some sort of mutant version of the parasite, which induces lots of growth hormones in the subject. Or were you just a really, really, really fat member of the village that that got a little bit too infected? Could you hook shot someplace? No, apparently you couldn't. Well, this is a little pickle I've gotten myself into. Can I hook shot back, please? Yeah, seemingly I can. Good. I feel safe here. Oh, gosh. I need like a big open arena to fight this thing. Not this place. Yeah, I know, shush. Right, let's try this again. Where is he? Are you, friend? All the way over there, he says. Let's go with Right, what I need to do is to get how this boss fight works. What I need to do is to shoot him a bit, do a bit of damage, and then run away and leave. Just turn around. Just turn around and leave. This might be cheating. You might look at this and think, Phil, you're cheating here. You're not doing this properly. Well, guess what? I don't care. Alright, it's keeping me alive. And that's enough. Right, okay. Please tell me that his health doesn't reset every time I do that, because if I do, then I'm just wasting bullets. So I've just got to hit him to make that thing vulnerable, and then I shoot it again. Why can't I use those platforms where those barrels were earlier? It doesn't seem fair that those have been locked off from me now. Seems a wee bit sneaky. What I'm going to do, actually... Oh, he's a lot further away than I thought he would take. Yes. Such is the joys of these telescopic scopes. Wow, easy. Oh, goodness. He's turned into smelly bean soup. Oh, now I can hook shot. Now I can hook shot. Right. So you're only there when I don't need you. Just like a rubbish friend. Giddy. Right. Would you reload it, please? No, apparently you wouldn't. Oh, because we've run out of bullets. It's a reasonable excuse. I'll let you off this time. Right. Well, that was a lot easier than I expected it to be. Probably because the rifle has got a whole suite of upgrades set for it. Okie dokie then. That went better than expected. Where are we going now? Into the centre of this place, and then we can probably end the episode right about there. Please tell me that fizzing noise is the sound of rain, not
You guys go on ahead. Louis.
Hey, señorita, got a light and some smokes to go with it to make my day?
Where's the sample?
Okay, we skipped the foreplay. As a matter of fact, I was just going to get it. Where's the love, baby?
Sounds like fun to me. Just hurry up.
Okay, lady. Where do you stand on all of this? Exactly what kind of group are you working for?
There are some things in the world better off not knowing. This is one of them.
Fine, I can take a hint. I don't care who you are, as long as you get rid of that old man and his religious friends.
It's all green and sort of cool and Matrix-like. Actually, that's something else that guy in the with the sunglasses, the Rick guy on the telephone reminds me of. He also reminds me very much of the Matrix, which is odd because I've never actually seen any of the Matrix films. So that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Among all the people involved in this, Luis Serra has the least entanglements. He works for no organization, preferring to move on his own. I'm the one who told the organization of his importance. I did it because I like him. His history betrays an enthusiasm I once shared. It was a stroke of luck that I happened to intercept his email for help. It seems he can't trust the police, so he sent the email to an old friend from college. He must have thought his friend was still alive. At any rate, that's how I managed to find him. Apparently, he's been conducting his own investigation of the cult while doing research on Las Plagas. A brilliant scientist. He's accumulated a pile of data and pieced it all together. Must be why Sadler hired him. Too bad Sarah's snooping has aroused his suspicion. When I told him who I was, he practically begged to be taken into custody. He needed protection. He said, I have no love for Las Plagas or this stupid cult. I want out. I just want peace and quiet again. I ordered him to bring me a Master Plaga specimen, a sample for evidence. Looks like he's one of the few people whom Sadler actually trusts. Tracking him down and getting my hands on the sample shouldn't be difficult. I doubt the cult will take kindly to his escape, though. I'll have to guide this along if I want it to go smoothly.
Indeed. And then here's a little written version of the thing that you've just listened to in case your speakers aren't working. Which is good, because mine die randomly. And they die in a really weird way. The sound gets really quiet all of a sudden. Like it'll be talking at a normal volume and then all of a sudden it'll just get quiet. It's very, very annoying, but never mind. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we have finished another chapter at a very convenient point, which means I can now end the episode. Right. I should probably leave things here, but I won't, because I don't want to leave things on the screen. Yes, I'd like to save those. I've forgotten to do that. Thank you. Right then, that's the second mission with Ada all sorting out. Are we going to get another cutscene that I need to skip? No, we're going to get another one of these, which isn't going to last long enough for me to get the entire outro out. Yeah, as I was saying on the staircase as we're going up to the lift, this is actually a really fascinating sort of extra few levels to play, because while we're seeing the same environments and fighting the same enemies, we're exploring the story from a completely different angle with loads of knowledge that we didn't have before, or at least I didn't have before, which actually means it's really interesting as you try to figure out how everything fits together, because previously it was just a matter of exploring stuff. Right, retrieve the sample. Yes, indeed. Which, if I remember correctly... Who actually did get the sample in the end? I can't remember. I remember Ada got it at the end, which means it must at least fall out of her hands if she ever does get hold of it. You know what? Instead of theorising and trying to remember what happened months and months ago, because that is the damage of doing these things a week apart, let's just shut up and wait until next week. How about I do that instead? Okay, then. I'm actually really enjoying this. The combat is mostly the same. I feel like there was a little bit more potential to change up the combat with the use of Ada. I like that her kick seems to be a bit more powerful, but I feel like there are things that she's got which could be taken advantage of more in the combat, like the hook shotting, for example, and using that to escape from bosses and things, like fighting that El Gigante, or giving her some different weapons, because I know she's got a different pistol, but I think that that's the Blacktail pistol, which you can buy near the end of the game. The shotgun's unique, of course, but all the rest of the other guns are the same, so I feel that there was a bit more potential there to do something a bit new with her, but I don't know how much time and resources they had into making these little extra levels, or whether they were even there in the original game, whether there was some kind of DLC. I've honestly got no idea about anything, because my brain is totally empty, because I spend my entire days focused on total rubbish, like making videos, eating food, and being overdressed, and lights that are still half broken. But never mind. That's enough for 1 week. I hope you've enjoyed it. Bit more next week as ever. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.